Hello everyone, welcome to Sportstagator. The 2019 MLB season is upon us. I'm going to predict on every team's record for the 2019 season, so please don't forget to subscribe for more awesome content in the future. The New York Yankees, 98-64. The New York Yankees had a great season overall, despite being eliminated by the Boston Red Sox in the ALDS in the 2018 season. Their offense is a juggernaut, and their pitching core is pretty great too. They'll be one of the best teams in the 2019 season and will have a great chance to win the World Series as well. So my prediction is that the New York Yankees will win the AL East and will be the best team in the American League. The Boston Red Sox, 97-65. The Boston Red Sox won the 2018 World Series against the Los Angeles Dodgers. They will have a great chance to win back-to-back World Series appearances, but there is a problem with that situation. Not one team has won back-to-back World Series appearances since 1998 to 2000 New York Yankees. The last team to had a chance to win back-to-back World Series appearances was the Philadelphia Phillies from 2008 to 2009. The Phillies won the 2008 World Series against the Tampa Bay Rays, then lost the 2009 World Series to the New York Yankees. So what I'm basically saying is that it's incredibly hard to win back-to-back World Series titles. But my prediction is that they will be really close to winning their division again, but it will just be short. They will get the first wildcard spot in the 2019 season. The Tampa Bay Rays, 87-75. The Tampa Bay Rays were a surprise team last year. I predicted last year that their record would be 71-91 in the 2018 season. I was totally surprised that they won 90 games and only lost 72, but unfortunately they were 7 games behind the Oakland Athletics that won 97 games overall in the 2018 season and got the second wildcard spot. They will be in one of the toughest divisions for the 2019 season and could maybe have a wildcard spot too. So they will have a good 2019 season overall. The Toronto Blue Jays, 77-85. The Toronto Blue Jays did not have a good season in 2018 and overall disappointing. Last year I predicted that they would be around 500 for the 2018 season, but that did not happen at all. They actually only won 73 games and lost 89 games. The 2019 season for the Toronto Blue Jays will be a little bit better, but won't be a playoff team for the season. I suspect Vladimir Guerrero Jr. will make an MLB debut sometime in the beginning of the season and will be a fun player to watch. The Baltimore Orioles, 61-101. I'm speechless on how horrible the Baltimore Orioles were in the 2018 season with only 47 wins and 115 losses. That's worse than the 2013 Houston Astros that won only 51 games and lost 111 games. That's worse than the 2004 Arizona Diamondbacks that won 51 games and lost 111. At least they were just a little bit better than the 2003 Detroit Tigers that won 43 games and lost 119. So yeah, the Baltimore Orioles have lost the most games in one season since 2003. The Baltimore Orioles will be improved quite a bit, but still will be a 100-loss team for the 2019 season, and for sure, no playoffs next year. Here are my AL East standing predictions. Here you go. The Cleveland Indians, 93-69. The Cleveland Indians went backwards from 2017 with 102 wins, then in 2018 with only 91 wins. But overall, 2018 was a good season. They haven't got past the division series since they went to the World Series back in 2016. In 2017, they only won 2 games against the New York Yankees in the playoffs. But in 2018, they got swept by the Houston Astros in just 3 games. So they will win their division for the 4th straight year in a row. I certainly think the Cleveland Indians will be improved and will have a lot better run in the playoffs for the 2019 season. The Minnesota Twins, 84-78. The Minnesota Twins had a disappointing 2018 season with a record of 78 wins and 84 losses. They were hoping to get back to the playoffs again for the 2018 season. So yeah, I even predicted that they could be a wildcard team last year, but unfortunately for them, that did not happen at all. I absolutely think the Minnesota Twins will have a bounce back year in the 2019 season, and maybe a possibility for a wildcard spot too. The Kansas City Royals, 71-91. The Kansas City Royals had a really bad season overall in 2018 with only 58 wins and 104 losses. That was the worst season since 2006 when they lost 100 games back then, but overall it's their second worst season in franchise history. Their worst season came in 2005 when they only won 56 games and lost 106 games. I certainly think they will be improved for the 2019 season and won't lose 100 games this season, but still won't be a playoff team.
The Chicago White Sox, 70-92.
The 2018 season for the Chicago White Sox was not a season to remember, and overall pretty horrible record with 62 wins and 100 losses. Last year I predicted that their record would be 71 wins and 91 losses for 2018, but that obviously did not happen. At least they weren't as bad as the Baltimore Orioles in 2018. 2018 was their fourth worst season in franchise history. To my estimation, they will not lose 100 games in back-to-back seasons in 2019. The Chicago White Sox are going to be approved in the 2019 season, but not as a playoff team. I see them taking at least 2 or maybe 4 more years of non-playoff baseball for the Chicago White Sox.
The Detroit Tigers, 69-93.
The Detroit Tigers have won the same amount of games in back-to-back seasons with 64 wins and 98 losses in both years. In 2018, their pitching staff got quite a little bit better, but their offense went downhill in that season. They will be rebuilding again this season and will be sellers at the trade deadline in July. I certainly think they will be an improved team overall this season, but still won't be a 500 team. They will still be a good young team to watch this season.
So that's my 2019 AL Central standings prediction. Here you go. The Houston Astros, 96-66.
The Houston Astros have made the playoffs in back-to-back seasons for the first time since 2004 to 2005. The 2018 season for the Houston Astros was a fabulous season indeed. They won 103 games, and that's a franchise record for them. Their previous franchise record for them was in 1998 when they won 102 games. My prediction for the Houston Astros are they will win their division again and also will have a deep run in the playoffs and maybe a World Series title too.
The Oakland Athletics, 89-73.
The Oakland Athletics were a super surprise team that came out of nowhere in the 2018 season with 97 wins and 65 losses. Last year I predicted that their record would be 71-91. So yeah, that wasn't even close to the real record for last season. I definitely think the Oakland Athletics will be a really competitive team against the Houston Astros and could possibly be a wildcard team again for the 2019 season and a deep playoff run too.
The Los Angeles Angels, 82-80.
The Los Angeles Angels had a disappointing season overall in 2018. They have won the same amount of games in back-to-back seasons with 80 wins and 82 losses. Last year I predicted that they would have a record over 500 with 83 wins and 79 losses in the 2018 season. I absolutely think they will be an over 500 team this season and will be a competitive team overall, especially with Mike Trout on their team. But I honestly think they won't be a playoff team in the 2019 season.
The Seattle Mariners, 75-87.
The Seattle Mariners had a pretty great season in 2018 in the first half with a winning percentage of .598. But in the second half, they basically fell apart with a winning percentage of .477. So yeah, that's why they didn't make the playoffs in the 2018 season. They will be rebuilding for the 2019 season and for the oncoming years to come. They will be a fun young team to watch this season, even though they won't be over 500. I absolutely think they won't be as bad as some people think, but will be a okay season overall, but still won't be a playoff team.
The Texas Rangers, 72-90.
The Texas Rangers did not have a good season at all last year with only 67 wins and 95 losses. Last year I predicted that the Texas Rangers record would be 75 wins and 87 losses overall in the 2018 season. So yeah, that did not happen at all in the 2018 season. I certainly think they will be making progress this season by record, but they still will be an under 500 team this year.
So that's my AL West standings predictions for the 2019 season. The Atlanta Braves, 94 and 68.
The Atlanta Braves exceeded my expectations for the 2018 season with a record of 90 and 72. Last year I predicted that the Atlanta Braves would be a under 500 team, again for the 5th consecutive time in a row. But that didn't happen at all. Instead, they won their division and made the playoffs for the first time in 4 years. They are a really talented young team that could win the World Series this year or in the future. I certainly think they will win their division again and will be even stronger in the 2019 season.
The Washington Nationals, 92 and 70.
The Washington Nationals had a really disappointing season in 2018 with a record of 82 and 80. So yeah, I predicted in 2018 that their record would be 97 wins and 65 losses. So I was way off on my prediction for the Washington Nationals. They will have a bounce back year in 2019 and maybe could win their division back from the Atlanta Braves. I absolutely think they will be a playoff contender and could be a wild card team for the 2019 season.
The Philadelphia Phillies, 88 and 74.
The Philadelphia Phillies had an okay season overall in 2018. They did have a chance for a while to win their division in the beginning of September, but they fell apart in September too, and just like that, they were out of contention for their division and the wild card. They required Gene Shigura from the Seattle Mariners in a trade in the offseason. They also signed Andrew McCutchen too. The Philadelphia Phillies also signed Bryce Harper to a record contract worth $330 million for 13 years. I positively think they will have a fabulous chance of getting back to the playoffs for the first time since 2011.
The New York Mets, 86 and 76.
The New York Mets had a horrible season last year in 2018. Last year I predicted that they would be an over 500 team with a record of 82 and 80, but they won a lot fewer games than that. They required All-Star second baseman Robinson Cano and All-Star closer Edwin Diaz in the offseason from the Seattle Mariners. So yeah, I absolutely think the New York Mets will be a lot better team for the 2019 season and could be a playoff team too.
The Miami Marlins, 65 and 97.
The Miami Marlins were not a good team at all last year in 2018. They are in their second year of their rebuilding phase in 2019. I absolutely think that the Miami Marlins will be a slightly better team in the 2019 season, but not by much. I almost forgot to tell you this, that the Miami Marlins had the worst attendance in the 2018 season.
So that is my NL East standings predictions for the 2019 season. The Milwaukee Brewers, 95 and 67.
The Milwaukee Brewers had such a fabulous season last year that they were only one game away from reaching the 2018 World Series. Christian Yelich won multiple awards for the 2018 season, naming NL MVP Award, NL Hank Aaron Award, and also naming NL Batting Champion Award. That's pretty amazing he won those awards. So yeah, my prediction for Milwaukee Brewers for the 2019 season will be they will win their division again for a second straight year, and also will have a deep run in the playoffs again and maybe a World Series appearance too.
The Chicago Cubs, 91 and 71.
The Chicago Cubs had a great season in 2018, but except for not winning their division and losing right away in the playoffs in a wildcard game against the Colorado Rockies, it was a pretty great season overall. So this year, I predict that they won't be as good as the 2018 season campaign, but will still be a threat for a division title and a deep run in the playoffs in the 2019 season.
The St. Louis Cardinals, 90 and 72.
The St. Louis Cardinals have missed the playoffs for 3 years in a row, after making the playoffs for 5 consecutive years in a row from 2011 to 2015. Their 2018 season for the St. Louis Cardinals was a good season overall, but did not make the playoffs. In the offseason, they required Paul Goldschmidt from the Arizona Diamondbacks and also signed free agent Andrew Miller too. My prediction for the St. Louis Cardinals is that they will be a better team overall in the 2019 season and maybe could have a playoff spot.
The Cincinnati Reds, 82 and 80.
The Cincinnati Reds have finished in last place in the NL Central for 4 consecutive years in a row. The 2018 season was not great at all and overall was a step back in the wrong direction. In the offseason for the Cincinnati Reds, they traded for Yasiel Puig, Matt Kemp, and Alex Wood from the Dodgers. They also acquired Sonny Gray from the New York Yankees. I absolutely think the Cincinnati Reds will be dramatically improved for the 2019 season.
The Pittsburgh Pirates, 80 and 82.
The Pittsburgh Pirates had an okay season overall in 2018. Last year I predicted that they would be 71 and 91 for the 2018 season. But they won a lot more games than I predicted for them. This season I predict that the Pittsburgh Pirates will be a under 500 team for the 2019 season, but not by much.
So that's my NL Central standings predictions for the 2019 season. Here you go. The Los Angeles Dodgers, 96 and 66.
The Los Angeles Dodgers have lost back-to-back World Series appearances to the Houston Astros in 2017, then lost in 2018 to the Boston Red Sox. They have won their division in 6 straight years in a row. That's pretty remarkable to do that. Even though they lost the World Series in 2018, their season was a pretty great season overall. I suspect the Dodgers will be a better team next season and will win their division again and maybe a 3rd World Series appearance in a row.
The Colorado Rockies, 85 and 77.
The Colorado Rockies have made the playoffs in back-to-back seasons for the first time in franchise history. The 2018 season for the Colorado Rockies was a great season indeed. They got them to the NL Division Series against the Milwaukee Brewers and lost. Then in 2018, I predicted their record would be 87-75, and they actually won 91 games. So I was not much off of my record prediction for 2018. I honestly think they won't be as good as last year's team, but still will have a chance for a wildcard spot in 2019.
The San Diego Padres, 81 and 81.
The San Diego Padres did not have a season to remember in 2018. Last year I predicted that their record would be 75 and 87 in the 2018 season, but that did not happen at all. Instead, going forward, they went backwards in 2018 with a record of 66 and 96. In the 2019 season for the San Diego Padres, I predict they will be a heavily improved team on the season and could be a 500 team for 2019.
The Arizona Diamondbacks, 79 and 83.
The Arizona Diamondbacks had an okay season overall in 2018, but they were hoping for a playoff spot as a wildcard team or have a division title, but instead they were barely over the 500 mark for the season. They traded away their star player naming Paul Goldschmidt to the St. Louis Cardinals in the offseason. I certainly think they won't be over the 500 mark for the season and for sure won't be a playoff team for the 2019 season.
The San Francisco Giants, 74 and 88.
The San Francisco Giants have missed the playoffs in back-to-back seasons for the first time since 2008 to 2009. This will be Bruce Bochy's last season as a manager in MLB because he is retiring from baseball at the end of the 2019 season. I absolutely think they won't be even close to the 500 mark for the 2019 season, and especially no playoffs for Bruce Bochy for his last season as a manager.
So that's my NL West standings predictions for the 2019 season. There you go. I would like to hear your guys' opinions on the 2019 MLB season and your predictions and records too. Leave your comments below and tell me what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe and like, and please share this video with friends and family. And don't forget to just keep loving sports and turn on the notification bell at the bottom. Thank you.